Hello everyone, this is Sato from Sato Bean. I'm coming at you with another gloomy, rainy weekend, and suddenly it's just so cold. It just already feels like winter. Like I feel like we skipped past fall and now it's winter, and it's really weird. So I'm just wearing a cozy jumper. This is one of my favorites. This is the Austin Public Library jumper that I got in Christmas time. So I'm just cozying it up as much as I can. So this is going to be another reading vlog. I am going to be focusing on two books that I think will be perfect for this rainy, gloomy moment that I'm having here in Tokyo. I've been kind of non-stop reading kind of dark, serious books, so I'm really excited to read two different kinds of books now, which I hope will fill my heart up and I feel warm and fuzzy and I feel good inside. So one of the books that I'm really looking forward to is a buddy read with Noah from Noah Jasmine. I'll link her down below. So I'm going to be reading The House in the Cerulean Sea. It's unscribed for me. So I'm listening to this on audiobook because sadly I couldn't get the physical book. In Japan, I guess they don't sell the hardcover version, so I literally have to wait until next year March for the paperback to come out to buy a physical copy here. It's sold out on Amazon, it's sold out on Book Depository. So yeah, I'm just glad that I at least have the audiobook on Scribe. Very thankful. So I'm going to be listening to this and I hope the narrator is really good. So that's that. And then another book that I'm really excited about reading is Howl's Moving Castle. So I'm a big Ghibli fan, of course. As a Japanese, I feel like you have to be a Ghibli fan. And I love this movie. I've never read the book. Yeah, I feel like I should be reading this and I'm really looking forward to this. I found this book in the school that I work at, and it was in the middle school section, and I was like, I never realized it was there. I'm gonna borrow it. So yeah, I'm just excited to read this as well. So I hope you enjoyed this reading vlog, and I really hope I enjoy these two books. Happy reading!
Macmillan Audio presents The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. Read for you by Daniel Henning. 1. Oh dear, Linus Baker said, wiping the sweat from his brow. This is most unusual. That was an understatement. He watched in rapt wonder as an 11-year-old girl named Daisy levitated blocks of wood high above her head.
Hi, after work, Sato reporting to you. I feel really tired, so excuse my face. Just wanted to do a quick update on The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. So again, I'm buddy reading this with Noah from Noah Jasmine. We are doing different things for this book because I am listening to it and she's reading the physical book. So it'll be interesting to hear each other's thoughts and how it's different for both of us. I am enjoying the audiobook a lot. Although I wish I had the physical book, I'm glad I'm listening to it. The voice actor for the audiobook is fantastic. He makes the characters come alive basically with different voices, and it makes the book even more whimsical than it already is, and I love it so much. I went into the book not knowing much about it, but now I know more about it, so I'm going to share it with you. So it's about a man called Linus Baker. He's in his 40s. He's been working at the same place for years, and I think it's like 17 years. He works as a caseworker for the department in charge of magical youth, and he oversees the well-being of magical children who are in orphanages. He takes his job really seriously because he follows rules. He reads this handbook for rules and regulations that's like 900 pages long for fun. I'm at the part where he is asked to do a special job from the top people who never who never talks to people basically. So everyone's like, why are you being called to the top like head people in the department? And he is assigned a special case because they trust him very much. So that's where I am right now, and I love it so much. I am really loving it. I haven't read too much of Howl's Moving Castle yet. I only read the beginning part, and I also like how magical it is with that book as well. So I'm really excited to be reading both magical and fun books in this chilly autumny week. So yes, I hope you are also having a good week.
We hear you for all that you are. Children, Arthur said, speaking for the first time, would you please go inside and help Zoe with dinner? I need to have a word with Mr. Baker. They complained immediately. We hope you've enjoyed The House in the Cerulean Sea, a Macmillan audio production from Tor Books.
Oh my gosh, I just finished listening to The House in the Cerulean Sea, and my heart feels so warm, and this is exactly what I was hoping for. Again, the story follows Linus Baker, who is a caseworker at the department in charge of magical youth, and he kind of just makes sure that these orphanages with magical children are taken care of properly, and if not, he closes it down. He's known for giving his life up for his work. He's a hard worker. He basically is just living day to day just for work. One day he gets assigned a special case on this island by the Cerulean Sea. It's about Linus finding out that there's more to life than just what he had when he goes to this island and is just so, it's so cute. The kids on this island, they're known as like the outcasts because they're, you know, deemed as dangerous to the outside world. There's sprites, there's gnomes, there's a boy that's kind of like a jellyfish, and his name is Chauncey, and he's so cute because his dream is to be a bellhop, and it is just the cutest thing. And there is a shifter, Sal, he changes into a dog. And then there's also Lucy, the Antichrist, half demon child. Of course, everyone just naturally is afraid of him. I just love these kids so much. The audiobook, the narrator did so well because he does different voices for these kids, and he really captures how they are actually children. Like, he captures their naivety and innocence and their sense of wonder in the world, and how they have dreams and wishes for their future, and it's just the cutest thing. And you see how Linus kind of he has character development too as he spends time on the island, and I just love to see that. I loved how this book was just so soft and so heartwarming, but at the same time there are powerful messages in this book. It touches on how kindness is important, it touches on prejudice, it touches on how people should be allowed to be who they are and to be loved for who they are. It talks about how you have the freedom to love whoever you want to. It was just the perfect, quirky, lively, magical, heartwarming book that I've been wanting to read for the past couple weeks, because again, I've been just reading dark thriller horror books, and this was just the perfect like warm cup of tea that I wanted. So yes, if you can't tell, I'm going to rate this book 5 out of 5 stars for sure. I am so glad I loved it because I was so worried like the hype was not worth it, but I am so glad I picked it up. So I am still reading Howl's Moving Castle, and I am on page 190, so I'm about this far, about halfway through. I'm also enjoying this. I think like I watched the Ghibli film a long time ago, like when I was a teen. So I think after I finish this book, I want to watch the movie, because I see a lot of comments on how people are saying that it's not quite similar to the book. There are some differences that people notice. For those of you who don't know this story, this is a magical middle grade story about Sophie, who you can see is right here. So she is the eldest of 3 sisters, and she's stuck being a hat seller because she's the oldest child, so she's just expected to take over her family business even though her parents are long gone. So there's the stepmother who's just kind of using Sophie and her talents to just get the money and just shop around and stuff. One day, the wicked witch of the waste comes and curses her, and she's turned into this cute little old lady. And she's also cursed because she can't tell other people that she was cursed by the witch of the waste. So she can't tell that she's actually not an old woman to anybody else. So she just goes off into the world. She finds herself in a moving house, which belongs to Howl, the wizard Howl. And she's just trying to figure out how to break her curse of being this old lady while she has adventures with Howl. And there's a cute little fire called Calcifer. He's a fire demon who talks inside this house. Michael, who is Wizard Howl's apprentice and helper. So yeah, it's a really cute story. I drew Calcifer. I mean, this is the Ghibli version Calcifer, but so cute. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this book as well. It's a fast read. Because I'll let you know my thoughts once I finish this book. Good evening, everyone. It is Friday night. Last night, I did just kind of force myself to sit down and finish Howl's Moving Castle. It was a cute middle grade fantasy book. I'd say light fantasy because it's not like it goes into depth about the world. of Sophie and Howl, but you do get more insight into the characters and their backstory more than the movie. In the book, there were parts where I was surprised. There's a hint of mystery in here because they drop clues along the book, and I think if you don't pay close attention to it, you'll be very confused in some parts like I was, or you might be surprised at the end, again like I was. It kind of reminded me of Beauty and the Beast in that there were lots of people other than Sophie who were cursed to be something they're not, kind of like in the Beauty and the Beast where the teapot, the kettle, like everything in the castle is cursed to be non-human. I loved the sassy dialogue, and I loved that all the characters were not perfect. Like even Howl, Wizard Howl, who is seen as this man who is able to capture the hearts of many women and hundreds of women. He's a heartbreaker, but even him, like he's self-conscious about himself. He calls himself a scaredy cat, like he's not quite brave. He dyes his hair. He originally has black hair, but he dyes it like blonde, I believe. And he spends lots of money on clothes to look elegant and handsome, even though he doesn't have money. So yeah, I love that there like are faults in the characters. My favorite character is Calcifer. I liked Calcifer in the book and the movie because I remember in the movie he was adorable. He's sassy as well, like Sophie. So yeah, I enjoyed the characters overall. I enjoyed the magical parts of the book. It was definitely another book that was perfect for my cozy reading. Overall, it didn't wow me, maybe because it's a middle grade book, and the movie is so magical that it's kind of hard to compare it to. Like, I love the movie so much, so the book didn't wow me in any way, but it was cute and it was still cozy and I liked it. So I rated it 3 stars out of 5. So yeah, but if you haven't read this book, please read it. I didn't know, I was surprised that there's a number 2 of this, maybe even possibly number 3. So I didn't know it was a series or there are sequels to it. I think this itself is enough for me. I'm not going to continue on with the series, but this was a really cute read and I'm glad I finally read this book. So with that said, I'm going to wrap up my cozy reading vlog. It was a perfect reading week for me. I'm glad I found another favorite of mine, a new favorite, which was The House in the Cerulean Sea. It sounded like my reading buddy also enjoyed it as well. She also gave it 5 stars out of 5. And yeah, we were both just so happy that we picked well. I hope you enjoyed this cozy reading vlog, and I hope it made you feel cozy inside as well as you were watching this vlog. I will see you next time. Bye!